Hey everybody, welcome back to Mr. Martinez's Mindset Messages. Today, we're talking about something we all deal with every single day: decisions. Big ones, small ones, and the ones that feel like they're sneaking up on us. Every choice we make, and sometimes the choices we avoid, end up shaping our direction. Think of a time you made a decision you were proud of. Now, think of a time you made a decision that you wish you could do over. What steps went into making those decisions? Today, I want to give you 3 simple steps to making better decisions, plus one bonus point that may help handle whatever comes next. Let's jump into it right after this. Before we even get into the first step, let me share with you how I approach this topic, and really youth development as a whole. I believe that there's no such thing as a bad kid, just good kids who sometimes make poor choices. And if I can do my part to help students make better choices, then hey, I've done my job. That's why this framework matters. This isn't about judgment, it's about guidance. It's about giving young people the tools they need to navigate their future. The first step in the decision-making process is to clarify. Clarify is all about getting honest about the options you actually have. Clarification basically says, I can do this or I can do that. Many times I hear young people say, I don't even know what to do. But I think that's because they haven't slowed down long enough to clarify what the options actually are. Psychologists call this choice awareness, and research from Cornell University shows that we make over 200 decisions a day just about food. Imagine how many more we make about everything else. So before you choose, ask yourself, what are my options? What are the real choices in front of me? What can I actually do right now? When you clarify, you turn a foggy situation, I don't know what to do, into something that you can see more clearly. I can do this or I can do that. It's like turning the lights on in a dark room. The obstacles are still there, but now you can see clearly, so you're not tripping over them. Step 2 in the decision-making process is consider. Once the choices and options are clear, the next step is considering. And this is where thinking needs to step up. A lot of young people get stuck here because considering requires slowing down. And slowing down isn't always easy. Neuroscience gives us a little insight into why. The prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning and thinking about consequences and decision making, it's still developing until about age 25. Now, this doesn't mean teens can't make good decisions. It simply means good decisions require intentional effort that most teens aren't yet equipped for. And this is the step most youth miss or totally overlook. They don't take the time to truly consider the outcome of their choices because most often they're motivated by impulse rather than intentionality. The moment, the feeling, the pressure, the excitement, that's what drives the decision, not the future outcome. But that's exactly why this step matters. Considering your options is where you slow the moment down long enough to let your future have a voice. In step 1, clarifying says, I can do this or I can do that. In step 2, you're considering what happens if I do this or if I do that. This is when you take time to consider the pros and cons of your options. It's where you pause long enough to ask, if I do this, what can happen next? If I choose that, who does it help or hurt? Here's a great line from Stephen Covey. He said, I am not a product of my circumstances. I'm a product of my decisions. So really, considering is the bridge between the heat of the moment and the life you want to build. Step 3, choose. Make an informed decision, not an impulsive one. Now comes the part we often rush to: choose. Making a choice means taking ownership. And here's the key: a good choice isn't always an easy choice. It's the informed one. A Harvard Business Review summary of over 2 decades of decision-making research shows that people who make intentional, informed decisions rather than impulsive ones experience greater satisfaction, lower stress, and better long-term outcomes. So, once you've clarified your options and considered the possible outcomes of your choices, you're better equipped to avoid making impulsive decisions. And for added measure of clarification here, choosing to not choose is still a choice. Not choosing just gives control over the outcome to something or someone else. And now here's a bonus tip to consider: consequences. Every choice has them. If the choice was informed and responsible, you reap the fruit of that choice. If the choice was impulsive and careless, then guess what? You deal with the fallout of that choice. And here's something I remind students all the time: consequences are not punishments. They're the natural outcomes of the choices we make. And once you've taken the time to clarify, consider, and choose, the consequences, good or bad, belong to you. The truth is, the consequences belong to you whether or not you take the time to clarify or consider. We can't blame the outcome on anyone else. Sure, other people can influence us or try to push or persuade us in certain directions, but at the end of the day, my choice is my choice. And if the choice is mine, the outcome of the choice is also mine. I need to own it. Sometimes the consequence is a win, sometimes it's a wake-up call. But either way, hopefully, we learn something. So let's recap the 3 steps and the bonus tip. First, clarify. I can do this or I can do that. Consider, what can happen if I do this or if I do that? And then choose. Based on your consideration, make an informed decision and avoid the impulsive choices. And then the bonus tip: consequences. Accept them and learn from them. There you have it. 3 steps to making better decisions. Hopefully this has resonated and been helpful for you. If you found value in today's episode, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for future episodes and helpful insights. I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, remember, the shine on the outside is produced by the gold on the inside. Much love, much respect, peace.